Welcome back to Hockey Eastern Ontario's Rule of the Week, where each week we take a rule from the Hockey Canada rulebook and break it down and explain it for our officials, our players, and our coaches to increase their understanding of how the rule is applied during a hockey game situation. This week, we're going to be talking about spearing. Stay tuned. So just a reminder before we get started to like this video and subscribe to our channel so that you can get access to all of the latest content, including the Rule of the Week series, as well as any other videos or educational material we post here on our YouTube channel. Now let's jump into spearing. Okay, so under Rule 9.4 in the Hockey Canada rulebook is spearing. So what exactly is spearing? Spearing is the action of poking or jabbing or attempting to poke or jab an opponent with the toe of the blade of the stick. So you can get a spearing penalty without actually touching a player. Even if you attempt to poke or jab a player, you can be called for spearing. In addition to the degree of violence, the severity of the spearing action and or the area of the body where the spear is directed should serve as a guide to the type of penalty to assess, whether that's a match or a double minor penalty. If the spearing action is directed at the groin, stomach, chest, or head of an opposing player, a match penalty would be warranted. If the spearing action is directed at the leg or ankle area, or if the spear does not make contact, then a double minor penalty may be assessed. So, what are the penalty options for a spearing infraction? There are only two. The first one is a double minor. And this is any action where a player jabs or attempts to jab an opponent with the toe of the blade of their stick. If a team official does this, they'll be assessed a gross misconduct penalty. The second penalty option is a match penalty. And any player or team official who spears an opponent with force or who injures an opponent by spearing. So many officials make mistakes when they call the spearing penalty because they think it follows the same pattern as other rules, namely a minor penalty, a 5-minute major in a game misconduct penalty, or a match penalty. That's not the case. Spearing can only be a double minor or a match penalty. I was guilty of this myself. Years ago, when I was refereeing New Brunswick, I actually called a player for 5 minutes in a game misconduct for spearing. There is no such rule. A double minor penalty is assessed when there is an attempt to jab or poke at a player, or when the jab is with minimal contact or lower on the body. A match penalty must be called when there's an attempt to injure another player as a result of the spear, or when the severity of the spear is high, such as when somebody pokes a player with the toe of their blade in the stomach, or in the groin, or in the head. Let's show you a few examples of how this can be applied. So in this example, we're going to see a minimal impact on a spearing action. As a result, there's going to be a double minor penalty for spearing on this play. Keep in mind that although the player does spear the other player in the stomach area, the contact is minimal, and that's why a double minor rather than a match penalty is called. Watch closely. So you can see here the black player spears the other player on white with the toe end of the stick. Because the contact is minimal, a double minor penalty is assessed. So in this next example, the spear is more deliberate and it has a higher degree of violence. And for that reason, a match penalty for spearing is assessed. Watch closely. So you can see here they're up against the boards. We're going to be watching player black. There we go. There's your spear. So what's interesting about this video is that there didn't appear to be any injury on the play and both players continued to skate on. That doesn't mean a match penalty isn't warranted. The spear is violent in nature and the player makes direct violent contact with the player's stomach region. Very dangerous play, and that's why a match penalty is assessed here. So there you have it. Those are the penalties that we would see called for spearing, either a double minor or a match penalty. As always, if you have any questions about this video or any of the videos in the Rule of the Week series, don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can also reach out to our referee-in-chief for Hockey Eastern Ontario, John Reed. His contact information is below. Finally, feel free to reach out to your district RIC or, of course, your district chair. Before we go, just a quick reminder to please like this video and subscribe to our channel. You can do so at the bottom of the screen. This will give you access to all of the Rule of the Week videos as well as any other content we produce on this channel. Until next week, have a safe and wonderful week. We'll see you soon. All the best.